Hello and welcome to We Are Podcast, the only podcast on the internet where we talk about what we want to talk about. This is episode 55, and my name is Matt.
And I'm AirF1 for you too, known as Phil.
As always, thank you anyone and everyone for listening. We're back again with another episode of We Are Tries. One of these days I'll look up how many we've done. I probably won't.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that. But like I said, went down to the local liquor store before the show, got us another fancy root beer. Today we're trying Founders Brewing Company Rasboos, I don't know, something. Rasboos, I'm going to say that. Rasboos Pure Raspberry Ale. 5% alcohol. Or 5.7% alcohol by volume, I mean. And we got us a little tin can of it each here. So, I don't know, Phil, even though the Punisher ain't out here because it's a pop top, but let's punish this beer.
Let's punish it. It's cold.
I know. It was in the freezer too, so it's extra cold. Alright, here we go.
I'm trying to grab it.
Yeah. Here we go.
Nails.
Alright, here we can pause. Here we go. Alright. Give it a little sniff. Smells like bitter ass raspberry. Got glass here, pour it in. Because that, like I said, the can's extra cold and I can barely hold it. Got a, I don't know. Looks like a wine cooler.
I like that little bit of froth it has at the top.
The head. Alright, Phil. So we are a podcast.
We Are Podcast. Let's do
it. Boy. That is, I don't know. It's bitter, but then it's extra sweet because remember that raspberry beer we tried? I thought it had no raspberry taste at all.
It tasted just like a dark beer.
Yeah. This is, I don't know, it has a strong malt liquor kind of taste to it, but at the same time you get this aftertaste of super sweet raspberry. I'm taking another sip here.
I'm trying to figure out, I've tasted it before, I'm trying to figure out what it is.
Like skunky Kool-Aid.
Does taste like a bitter Kool-Aid.
I'm gonna finish it because I bought it, but I don't know. Unless you're just like us and just want to try random gimmick beers for some reason, I'd say pass this. This isn't worth the two. I think I paid $2.50 each for these. Not worth it. Has a low alcohol content. How bitter, nasty taste with a raspberry. That's the thing. It's got a bitter malt liquor taste, and then you get this sweet. It's like taking a swig of malt liquor and then drinking like raspberry Kool-Aid right after it. You know,
like a raspberry Kool-Aid Edge type drink.
Yeah, or maybe that's what someone did. They took an Ice House Edge, watered it down with Kool-Aid, and recanned it.
Oh, it is bitter.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm going to give it a pass. This isn't worth it, in my opinion. What do you think?
For the price being a little too much.
Yeah, like I said, $2.50 for a 12-ounce can.
It did have a nice head on it, but it does taste very bitter.
Yeah, it looks pretty. Like, you could probably trick someone, like, someone that doesn't like beer. Like, oh, no, man, there's a wine cooler, the old bitch. Drink this. It might be good as a practical joke like that, If you know someone that only likes to drink, like, Mike's Hard Lemonades or something, be like, no, dude, this is a raspberry lemonade beer, or Mike's Hard Raspberry Lemonade or something. Because it even has a nice raspberry smell to it. That's the thing, these things smell like raspberry, but they hardly ever taste like it. I don't know. We both got about maybe 3/4 of the last year. It kind of sucks.
It does.
Now, let's chug it. If we're going to drink a nasty beer, might as well be one with a high alcohol content.
I agree.
So let's chug this son of a bitch and go get us an edge.
Chug this out.
Chug! Oh, God, that almost made it worse.
Tastes like a bitter raspberry Boone's Farm. That's what it
Yeah,
tastes like.
Boone's Farm. It tastes
That's
like
what I'm thinking of.
like if Boone's Farm when it expired or something.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, you're right. If like Boone's Farm went bad.
Because that's soda pop baby liquor.
Yeah. And chugging it was even a worse idea. Oh, why do I... We gotta start bringing a glass of water out here when we do these, because now this just left a nasty aftertaste in my mouth.
It just like dropped to the stomach.
Oh, it's sick. Yeah. Pass. Yeah. Go get a real beer. Alright, Phil. Back to the good shit. Well, not good, but the higher alcohol content shit. Ice Sauce Edge, the unofficial beer of We Are the official unofficial beer of We Are Podcast.
High gravity.
Oh. Come on, Ice House Edge. I've been pimping you out for almost over a year now. When are we getting a free sampler case or a tour of a brewery or something? Some free t-shirts, a hat. Something, man. Come on. So, guess what time it is?
It's time for a suicide watch.
No, kinda, not really. Margot Robbie's playing Harley Quinn in the Suicide Squad movie coming out in August. And Harley Quinn's been a super popular character ever since her first episode in Batman the Animated Series, probably. You know, she has her own comics. She's been in like almost every Batman cartoon show in the last. Well, she wasn't in Beware the Batman, but that was horrible. So that was probably a good thing.
It was.
Even the Joker wasn't in that. Even though even though Anarchy was kind of like the Joker.
She's held her own. She's an amazing character.
Yeah, like I said,
She can hold by herself.
well beloved, fan beloved character. It's nothing official yet, but I guess they someone at Warner Brothers liked her so much as Harley Quinn in the Suicide Squad movie that they're thinking about doing a solo Harley Quinn movie. You know, Margot Robbie reprising her role or something. Harley Quinn in her own wacky adventure.
Well, at least they are talking about at least doing something with her by herself.
Well, I think it's not that she's... You can't do a flat-out Joker movie, at least not my interpretations of the Joker, because it would be like watching a horror movie through the eyes of Michael Myers or something, you know? Because the Joker, what's he going to do in his movie? He's going to probably go out on the town on a murder spree or something like that, you know? That'd actually be a cool movie, seeing that what's the Joker's grand plan? Nothing. He's just going to go out into the wild of Gotham and see what happens. You know, like that movie Falling Down, where it's literally just that guy trying to walk to his daughter's birthday party, and he runs into like the gangsters, racist scumbags, and like the worst people ever in the world. Do that, but with the Joker. I'd watch that movie.
You do make an astonishing point. Usually, she does not act alone.
Yeah, like I said, if they are going to do a Harley Quinn movie, I think it should be a Harley Quinn Poison Ivy movie. Because they team up in the comics all the time. They're besties. They might have had sex with each other by Paul Dini, who's created the character. But yeah, but a Harley Quinn Poison Ivy movie, all that is just Thelma and Louise, but with supervillains, you know? Have them. do the same movie. They go out in the town, they rob a jewelry store, and now they're gonna go wreck shit.
She needs somebody she can learn off of.
That's the other thing too. That's what weird that Harley Quinn is such a.
Someone always has to lead the way for her first.
That's kind of true. She's not much of a leader. She's always a follower because she's been emotionally manipulated by the Joker. Obviously, you know. That's funny that she's a super popular. She's a super popular character that has Stockholm syndrome.
Can't even count how many times that happens.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird that people like, especially like, well, I never heard anyone say this, but it's weird if like I identify with Harley Quinn, so you have like an abusive relationship problem, you know. But that's not all of her character. Uh, that's probably why they teamed up with Poison Ivy, Girl Power and shit like that.
Stand up for women,
Yeah, and
women's rights.
even in the cartoon where they first team up, I think it was this Batman the Animated Series. I think the episode was called Harley and Ivy, where the Joker gets mad at Harley Quinn because she botched a job or something, so he throws her out of the gang. So she's gonna show Mr. J. She goes to steal a diamond from it's Gotham City. There's museums that just have giant diamonds just lying around all over the place.
Prove herself.
Yeah, yeah. She's gonna go steal this diamond and give it to Mr. J to make everything all right. But during the course of her robbery, Poison Ivy was also robbing the museum to steal some, super rare plant chemicals or toxins or something like that. And they help each other escape. And then, like I said, they go on a crime spree together.
I think I remember that.
Yeah. It's a good episode. I know we've watched it. We haven't watched Batman the Animated Series in years, but I know we watched it together because I own the whole thing on DVD. But they had you can't remember it, but I remember it. But Batman couldn't find Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy because Poison Ivy's powers is pretty much she can't get sick. She has like the best immune system ever, or whatever. She's toxins and radiation and waste don't hurt her, I guess, or something.
Right.
So they're hiding out in like they were making this suburb. It's like this 1950s perfect America iconica um, suburb, but then like fallout happened and there's like a bunch of nuclear waste there, so it's uninhabitable.
Ah.
Yeah, so that's where they were hiding. Poison Ivy had to give Harley Quinn these immune booster shots or something. I guess they didn't. It's comic books. It's a cartoon. They didn't really explain it that well. But she don't like getting shots because they hurt.
Because
Yeah. But then she says, "But living with Mr. J, you think I would be used to the pain?" Implying that Mr. J kind of slaps her around a bit.
push.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he does face palm her a couple times during the course of the series. You're right. Well, even in Mad Love, it's kind of fucked up. I don't think they flat out show it, but they pretty much imply that he backhands her, and then you actually see him push her out a window. So yeah.
Like those old ones. Remember? Come on, Mr. J.
Mm-hmm.
You want to rev up your Harley? Remember that?
Yeah, Mad Love. That's that episode. Boom,
like
boom.
Don't you wanna?
Yeah, but I don't know. I haven't. Have I seen anything that Margot Robbie's ever been in? I know you keep talking about that Con-Man movie her and Will Smith were in.
Focus.
Yeah, maybe I should watch that before Suicide Squad comes out. But I can't think of anything she's ever been in, and so I can't really tell if she's. I don't know. After Batman v Superman, I don't trust trailers no more. So I don't know if it'll was it come out in August? Guess we'll find out in 3 months. If the Suicide Squad movie makes a ton of money, you can pretty much guarantee that there will be a Harley Quinn movie, or at very least a Suicide. Oh, excuse me. Or at the very least a Suicide Squad 2.
It'll make money.
Well, Batman v Superman made money for a week. That was it.
Well, there's still a chance that it could do bad.
Well, like I said, DC, they just don't know what to do with their movies.
I agree.
Yeah, they're running around with like a chicken with their head cut off. So it's kind of hard to tell if this movie. And that's the weird thing too, that the Suicide Squad movie, the one about supervillain convicts with explosives in the back of their head, sent on suicide missions, looks like the more fun, entertaining movie than Batman v Superman.
It is true. Agree about that.
And plus, I think we mentioned this too, that Will Smith wants to do a Deadshot movie, or they're thinking about doing a Deadshot movie or something.
I remember.
Yeah, and everyone that's on the Suicide Squad, they were a supervillain in a different comic book, got arrested. So you can do like spin-offs of pretty much anyone in the Suicide Squad. You know, I doubt El Diablo is going to get a spin-off, or Killer Croc, unfortunately. But Deadshot and Harley Quinn have always been, uh, Harley Quinn more so, but they've always been fan favorite characters. You know.
Yeah, they're both really good characters. I think they can both hold on their own.
And actually, they were both in the Secret Six, one of my favorite comics of all time. So maybe if I get lucky, we'll do a Secret Six spin-off movie.
And we're already used to each other.
Well, Harley Quinn's on the new 52 Suicide Squad too. I didn't keep up with it. I only read like the first 3 issues, but yeah, Harley Quinn and Deadshot fucking that book too. Well, remember they even did the what was it, Batman Assault on Arkham animated movie, which was pretty much just a animated Suicide Squad movie.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
I enjoy most of them.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I really like that one too. But remember Harley Quinn and Deadshot screwing that one too. So they're probably gonna fucking the Suicide Squad live action movie too.
Probably.
But Will Smith and I didn't watch. What was it again? Focus.
Focus.
But I'm sure Will Smith and her made out or something in that movie too, didn't they?
Yeah, he basically picked her up and carried her to bed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe that's why. Maybe Margot Robbie fought. He's like, oh, she's going to that Suicide Squad movie, and that's the one where her and Deadshot make out. Sign me up for that. Jada Pinkett Smith better keep an eye on her man, son. This might be what was that fucker's name? Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yep.
Huh? Better watch out, Jada. Because if you think your son, okay, I forgot his name. Crazy kid. Wants to be Static Shock. What's this kid's name again?
Right.
We were just making fun of him like an hour ago. Jaden. Yeah, because if you think your son Jaden's gonna stand up for you, you better have your daughter whip her hair back and forth and hope it keeps her dad at bay. I whip my hair back and forth. Ah, fuck my eye. Give her some extensions with extra long beads at the end of them. That way, when she whips it, cut your ass. Have her put some razor blades at the end of her hair. I whip my hair back and forth. Just peels his fucking face off.
With my hair back and forth, and it scratches your face.
I don't know. I'm also kind of worried about Will Smith being Deadshot. I don't care that it's not a race thing. I don't care that he's black. He's playing a white guy. It's just that. Well, maybe he can do it because Deadshot's supposed to be kind of like the. He's not suicidal. He just doesn't really care. He makes a joke out of everything. You know.
Well, I remember you were saying he was kind of whiny about putting real effort into real characters. Unless you're like, put my kid in something.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm worried about. Is Will Smith has been kind of known to like, if he doesn't like the direction of the character he's playing, he'll whine and bitch about it until the movie studio will change it to his liking. And that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that Deadshot will go from this nihilistic, sarcastic bastard into more of a goofy, jokey guy, because that's just what Will Smith does. He's a goofy, jokey guy. instead of snarky and
Makes perfect sense.
yeah, that's more what I'm worried about. I'm more worried about him changing the attitude of a character that I like to suit his ego and movie career.
Right. Yeah, that shouldn't happen.
But at the same time, the thing that makes me not so worried about that is like Will Smith's last 5, 6 movies have all been well, I don't know,
Bad.
but bad, but they've all bombed. They haven't been making money like Independence Day.
That is true.
So maybe
I
the
haven't even
studio,
seen that yet.
the new one, yeah. But maybe the studios are like, hey, look, you ain't making the money like you used to, Big Willie style. Somehow it's time to do a big business style.
Like, well, Will Smith, it's time to start drawing lines through a couple of them.
You either play the role or you don't play the role. You want the check or you don't want the check. What are we doing here?
Time to start drawing lines through them, Will Smith. Just finish them. We can't keep going them on. Can't keep bringing them on like this. You're all lined through some of them.
I imagine there's probably some executive somewhere that's like, God damn, Will Smith got another email with a bunch of notes from Will Smith about how he thinks the character should be portrayed. Ugh. If I didn't spend $20 million on this little bastard, I swear.
It's Will Smith again, sir. Delete him.
Tell him I'm in a meeting. And then he opens a drawer, he pulls out a bottle of scotch, pours himself a glass. Ugh. Fucking Will Smith. Big Willie style. The Will Millennium. My ass. Pours himself another drink. uh, but I don't know. I'm one of those guys, I don't like to talk too much shit about something until I actually see it. So there's still hope for the Suicide Squad movie, I think. I just have none. Personally.
Right.
But who knows? Maybe when it comes out, I'll be like, fucking Will Smith is Deadshot's the greatest thing ever. When's he fighting Jason Bernthal as the Punisher? Take my money and suck my dick. Yeah. I imagine you don't have any final thoughts on Will Smith being dead, Or Harley. Or what about the Harley Quinn movie in general? Like I said, I don't know. I'm somewhat interested in it. I'm not against it. I like Harley Quinn the character too. I think it worked better. If they announce that it's a Harley Quinn Poison Ivy movie, I'll be way more excited than just a regular Harley Quinn movie.
Has she ever acted alone in anything that you knew of?
Margot Robbie?
Or no, Harley Quinn, as in not having anybody to guide her.
Oh yeah, Harley Quinn's she had an ongoing series that was just her in the '90s.
Mm-hmm.
I think she had a couple miniseries, and she has an ongoing right now too.
Oh, it is possible.
Yeah. Well, I think why it's possible is she sells a lot of merchandise.
Yeah.
Go to any comic book shop right now, and I'm sure you can find a T-shirt or an action figure or a big collection with Harley Quinn's picture on it somewhere in there.
Yeah, that's true.
I had to, like I said, I got the Arkham Asylum Harley Quinn action figure. Where she's in a little nurse's outfit.
Yeah.
And I also bought the Joker from that one too because he looks really cool, and you get the the Scarface puppet, and I like Mr. Scarface, so I bought that one too. But yeah, I should have bought fucking 4 of them because those Harley Quinn action figures, if you're willing to sit on them for like 10 years, they become super valuable because people just like that character so much that people just buy every figure they have of it.
They are detailed characters.
Yeah. Like I said, like I said, I like the character. I don't have anything necessarily against it. Like I said, I just think if I like the character because I'm interested in storytelling, and the story of a person with Stockholm syndrome overcoming their suppressor or whatever, and running around with a girl with a bazooka and crazy plant powers. That seems interesting to me. I think that's cool, But at the same time, I don't think if you relate to the character of Harley Quinn, I think that's a little weird, I relate to Batman because he's a guy with no powers who, through will, determination, and planning, is capable of almost anything. That's why I like and identify with that character. If you say you relate to Harley Quinn, you have abusive relationship problems or something.
Domestic.
Yeah. Should I call the authorities?
Should I tell Facebook to help you?
Yeah. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm not opposed to it. Like I said, if you can make a good story, make a good story. All right. On to the next thing, I'm guessing then.
Yeah.
Uh, just to switch the tone to make it sound like we're not a bunch. Well, I'm not a DC fanboy at least. Nothing official yet. And Deadpool was probably like the fuck. I didn't look at the numbers, but it was probably one of the highest grossing movies of this year.
Well, I remember, like I said, I remember I was looking for movies, and Deadpool just freaking smashed everything. Like there were a couple weeks there where I was looking for movies, and I couldn't find nothing just because it freaking smashed everything. I was like, dang, Deadpool just freaking smashed everything.
Yeah, like I said, for a movie.
It was a long time.
Yeah, for a movie I thought was never going to get made, it became one of the biggest movies of the years. So of course, like the day after they got those money numbers, like yeah, Deadpool 2, we're totally making it. Cable's going to be in it. Deadpool fans like Cable, right? Yeah.
Cable has to be there.
It would be nice to have him there, but I don't necessarily know if he has to be there. But I'll get into that later.
Made an amazing amount of money.
Yeah. But like I said, this is all rumors. It's rumors Kevin Nash might be Cable. I think we made this joke. Liam Neeson might be Cable. Ron Perlman admitted in an interview he would like to be Cable. And then I remember him from his Sons of Anarchy's day. Right? Does kind of look like Cable. Just give him more of a little widow's peak.
He does need one.
Give him a little bit of a widow's peak. Give him that little golden scar, glowy eye thing that he has. Looks just like Cable, I think. And he was not a bad actor. Hellboy. I like those movies. The war never changes. If nothing else, can he at least voice Cable in a cartoon movie or something? He did the voice of Hellboy in all those animated ones, so he's not opposed to voice acting work. Oh, and actually, he's the Lich King in Adventure Time 2. So if you need someone with a dark, ominous voice to say weird, creepy shit, hire Ron Perlman.
They are all astonishing actors, but I have read about how many people do want to play Cable, like on Facebook, and that's why I was kind of like, yes, I know people want to play Cable. I was like, well, I've seen all of them.
Well, like I said, it was the biggest movie of this. Well, the year ain't over yet, so who knows? Maybe Ghostbusters will blow it out of the water. But why wouldn't you want to be not the sidekick, but the best friend of the character that was in the highest grossing movie of last year, right?
Who was his best friend?
Well, they didn't start off as besties. Back in the Rob Liefeld days, Deadpool was just the generic mercenary guy who kind of talks shit every once in a while. And he would always end up fighting Cable. And they were kind of like, so they were what you would call frenemies. They started off as frenemies.
Don't remind me.
Yeah. They didn't hate each other, and they had somewhat of a mutual respect for each other, because they're both great military warriors and yada, yada, yada. But, Deadpool was paid to do a job, and Cable's here to stop him. But then they did the series Cable and Deadpool, where Cable... Okay, this is going to take a little bit of explaining. Asteroid M Magneto hates humans so much that he was like, fuck it, humans suck. I'm going to use my magnetic powers to take an asteroid from space, build a world-like colony on it, and be like, hey, mutants, think Earth sucks dick too? Come to asteroid in. But then Magneto kind of being a dick, he's like, yeah, I still don't trust humans, so I'm going to steal some nukes. So they can't use them against us, but I can use them against them. X-Men get involved, yada, yada, yada. Asteroid M falls into the ocean.
Hmm.
Years later, Cable decides that he's done with the whole guns, shooting people, mercenary thing. Uses his telepathic powers to raise Asteroid M from the sea, and wants to make a colony where humans, mutants, and everyone are all welcome. There's no borders, no judgment, yada yada yada. You know, peace, love, and the planet Earth.
Astonishing.
Yeah.
No boundaries.
Yeah.
No lines.
Yeah. And Deadpool was like, okay, well, if that's true, you know, I want to stay here. You know, there's no boundaries. Yeah, sure, we try to kill each other a bunch of times, but if you truly believe in this peace and love crap, why can't I stay here then?
Awesome.
Yeah.
You can't die.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, too. Like, Deadpool can kill you, but Deadpool could kill Cable, but Cable can't kill Deadpool. But, you know, then they get into their mishaps, wacky adventures. They grow closer and closer friends, and they realize that, oh my god, you're my best friend ever, don't die. You know?
My bestie.
Yeah, my bestie. They went from frenemies to besties. And if I super summarized the crap out of that, but if you actually do want to read Cable and Deadpool, it's really great, and I really do recommend it. But that was just me giving a super brief history on their relationship.
It's beautiful.
It actually kind of is, to be honest with you. They kind of make me tear up and shit. I don't want to spoil what happens, but there are a couple touching moments between Deadpool and Cable where, like, yeah, these guys really are the best of friends in the world now.
Aww.
Oh, yeah, oh. And then Steven comes out, sings a song. You know, peace and love and planet Earth. They're like, who the hell's that little fat kid? Why does he have a star on his shirt? It's fucking weird. And that's the other thing, too. Like I said, we're just talking shit, really, because, like I said, none of this is official. But if they, you know, fucking like I said, just give Ron Perlman a metal arm, put a glowy eye on him. I want the Widow's Peak still. Give him a big space gun laser and an X on his chest somewhere, and I'm good.
Big and classic.
Peace and love and planet. Now I just want to see, like, Cable and Deadpool hugging while Steven's singing and dancing around him. Steven Universe, you know? I wish I knew how to animate stuff. I would animate a gift out of that like crazy.
That would be brilliant to see Deadpool and Cable interrupting Steven. Then they say something else.
Like, shut up, kid! Steven Universe Power Pack. The elementary school superheroes Marvel has for some reason. Though Marvel's always been about grabbing that demographic. Anything they can think sells books, make a book out of it. The kids, like in the 70s, like Black Sabbath and metal was starting to come up like, oh, kids are into the devils and the worshipings of the Satan. So some executive at Marvel was like, kids like the devil, but the stupid comic book authority won't let us use the devil. Okay, it's not the devil, it's the demon Mephisto.
Bull, just because.
Yeah. Well, what's the difference between him and the devil? Nothing really. They're both big red dudes that rule hell and want people's souls.
Because, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Different universe.
It's because we can't use the word Satan.
ETC.
Oh, yeah. And that's the other thing, too. That's what pissed me off, too. Like, this is some super old shit, but remember when Brand New Day happened, and I told you that Spider-Man sold his marriage to the devil to save Aunt May? And I'll never forget what you said when I told you that. Like, the fuck does that have to do with with great power comes great responsibility?
That was crazy.
Yeah, that sounds like the opposite. Yeah, Uncle Ben's up in heaven. I'm like, what the fuck, Peter?
He's up there, not cool.
I was like, what the fuck, Peter? My wife finally comes to heaven to join me, and you fucking take her away from me? Little dick. But yeah, Joe Quesada, the head of Marvel, was like, because there was a fan outlet too, you know, because that's bullshit, right? The Peter Parker selling, not his soul, but, you know, working with the devil? That's bullcrap.
Yeah. It's like, damn.
Yeah. But Joe Quesada, the head of Marvel, was like, no, Mephisto ain't the devil. Bullshit, he ain't the devil.
He's just Marvel Devil.
Yeah. No, he was trying to say that he's like an other dimensional being, whatever. Because like the hoity-toity science heads in the Marvel universe, like Tony Stark and Hank Pym, they don't believe Thor's the actual Norse god Thor. They don't believe he's a god.
Just like different universe devil or something.
Yeah, he's just a dude from a different universe, so his biology's different than ours. That's why he's able to do that kind of stuff, you know. He's not really a god, he just has different biology than us. You know, they use the Superman defense.
Still works.
Yeah, it still works. I guess technically you can't argue with him. But at the same time, Thor dies and comes back from the dead all the time. Yeah. But then again, what superhero doesn't?
They always find a way.
They always come back.
Nature finds a way.
Let them fight. Let them fight. So can we go like 2 episodes without making Godzilla reference? Even the 2014 Godzilla. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Usually, I don't know if we want to talk about this on mic, but I just brought it up. The 2014 American Godzilla, you know how that was supposed to get a sequel, King Kong's supposed to get a movie, and then we're doing American Godzilla versus American King Kong. The director for...
Where does the web start?
Let's build one of them crazy people. You know, I'm always talking about them crazy people walls where we got news articles and then streaming the pictures and shit to make it all line up. Let's do that, but with Godzilla rumors.
We'll have one that glows.
Yeah, get that glowing string. Actually, let's get that neon string and invisible ink, and then that way, when you hit it with a black light, you can see all the secret messages we wrote over everything. Yeah.
Oh man.
Let's do that. It's like Godzilla ... Jesus Jesus. But no, the director for Godzilla, the American Godzilla 2, was like, nah, I don't want to do that. Yeah. So, I don't know, Phil. American Godzilla ain't got no director at the moment, man. That sucks. Get someone on that. I want my Godzilla.
The worst thing that could possibly happen.
Well, it's not the worst thing that could ever happen. The movie's already written. They just need some jackass. I'm not a fucking expert on movies, but all the director does is, then he like, okay, the script says the shots will look like this, so put the camera here, here, and you guys read your lines. I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid about movies.
Close up, wide. Close up, wide.
Yeah. All right, now CG some drones in the background, and we'll call it good. I'll do my George Lucas impression. Okay, let's take your scene, act it out, then we'll go into post-production and put a bunch of random shit in the background. Make it look important. The more busy it looks, the more impressive it is. There should always be something moving in the background. I want 50 ships flying in 2 different directions at any second on the screen. And I'm going to re-release it on Blu-ray, because fuck you.
Because I'm cool.
That's the other thing, too. Like, now that Disney owns Star Wars, can we just release the unedited, the original versions, you know, that you can only get on VHS and Laserdisc now?
Doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. I went back in time and destroyed the negatives of the original Prince of Star Wars. so they could never be reproduced again. And then I found your childhood self, lured them into a van with a bucket of candy that was actually a bucket of NyQuil. And I'm going to end that joke there.
Need I say more?
You can fill in the rest. I did it while wearing a Jar Jar Binks mask. Misa gonna fuck you up. Like almost good. Misa gonna fuck you up. See, that's what the kids like. They like Jar Jar Binks. He's stupid and racist. Now let's go fucking rape Indiana Jones. I can't remember what I'm talking about. That's what I was trying to get to. Maybe George Lucas can direct the new Godzilla movie. He ain't doing no Star Wars movie anytime soon, right? Jar Jar Binks.
As if.
Yeah. No, Phil. Jar Jar Binks. Well, you can't use that because Disney owns Jar Jar Binks now. Not Jar Jar Binks. Falls from outer space and lands on Earth. But he lands on a nuclear power plant and gets radiated like a motherfucker. Becomes a giant Jar Jar Binks. And now he's so stupid and inept and he keeps tripping all over everything that he's gonna cause a volcano to erupt or something. And
Space?
no, he came from space, landed on Earth, into a nuclear radioactive plant. It mutated and made him grow real big. And now because he's a dumbass, he keeps tripping all over everything, he's gonna ruin the planet.
He can't stay still.
Yeah. He's like, oh, so Misa, why is everything so small?
He's always jumping around.
Well, because Lucas designed the kid to be meant for like 3-year-olds. That's why he's constantly moving and falling. Because like, when you're 3, you're like, yeah, I fell down, I'm stupid. I was a dumb 3-year-old once too.
I don't get hurt.
I have no concept of my mortality. Why do you think Jackass became so popular? I have no concept. That should be the tagline. If they ever do Jackass, 4 or 5? I can't remember what. But if they ever do another Jackass movie, it should be Jackass. I don't understand the concept of my mortality.
It is an efficient way of explaining it, though.
Mm-hmm. But they're all 30, 40-something-year-old men now. They don't want to be getting kicked in the nuts anymore. Well, I don't know. I think Steve-O had a comedy special where he got choked out or something. I didn't watch it. I don't know. Steve-O wants to be on We Are a Podcast and have us punch him in the nuts. I'm up for it, though. This is Steve-O, and welcome to We Are a Podcast. Let's set his dick on fire or something. He's probably down for that. Actually, he got off the drugs and shit. Now he's all like animal safety and shit. Like he hates SeaWorld or whatever.
I remember.
Yeah, he got on some.
I seen him on some show or something. He looked to be in pretty good shape.
Well, not doing tons of drugs for weeks on end will probably be better for your health than doing tons of drugs weeks on end.
He didn't go vegan? I thought he went vegan.
I don't know. They made a documentary.
I thought I heard something about that.
Well, they made a whole documentary about him getting fucked up and then him looking back at the footage and being, wow, I really need to get help, and then him going to rehab. I never watched it, but I watched the trailer for it, and you know, when he saw himself puking in the middle of the street and laughing about it and stuff and falling down, he realized, maybe it's time to take a look at my life. Ooh. All I see is familiar faces, worn out faces. He had a sad fleck moment, right?
Yeah, sad fleck. Cry fleck.
Not only was my heart broken, Ben Affleck's was too. All I want to know, Phil, is like when we're bringing Jet Jack. Even King Caesar got to come back for final awards.
Well, apparently the budget is too low for anybody resembling Ultraman.
It's not subtle. I like Jet Jaguar, but yeah, he's Ultraman. No, can't deny it.
There will not be another Ultraman happening again.
So why don't Americans like Ultraman except for you and me?
Did have an Ultraman action figure.
I know.
Got my picture taken with him.
Actually, you know, it'd be really cool if they had like the. It'd be like the ultimate kaiju showdown. It'd be Godzilla, Gamera, Ultraman, and one of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers robots or something.
The Megazord.
It would be Megazord for America, but you know what I'm saying. One of the Super Sentai robots.
Which I have not seen any of.
I
Since they've been new anyway.
I quit watching Power Rangers after Space, I think. That's the last one I kind of remember.
I remember they had Zero. Sooner or later, they did some samurai thing too.
I think they did Samurai. No, it was Ninja and Samurai. Then Samurai.
Ah.
But we're getting a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie coming out. That I don't know. I like the Power Rangers when I'm a kid, and I don't really hate it, but I don't know. Do you really need a fucking Mighty Morphin Power Ranger movie?
I think they did. They had their run.
Like I said, unless there's a badass three-way sword fight between Goldar, the Green Ranger, and the Red Ranger. Okay.
Apparently, somebody thought we needed a Power Rangers movie.
Well, going back to like I said with Harley Quinn, it sold merchandise. They re-released the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers action figures. They made a ton of fucking money. So someone was like, "Let's make a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie." So we can re-release the action figures again, re-release the ones based on the movie, re-release the retro wave, re-release the Morphin or the Morphorizers again. Sell the playset with Zordon in a little tube where he's an LED light that you push and he says, "Summon me 5 teenagers." And then you push the button on top of Alpha's head and he goes, "Ay, ay, 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 ay." All for the low price of $29.99. Do we need it? No. Is it getting made because it makes a lot of money? Yes. And like I said, I don't like talking shit about something before I see it, but like I said, if I see it and it's good, I'll bite my tongue. But like I said, you know that's the only reason why this thing's getting made. It's what, like 20 years later and the fucking toys are still making money?
Yeah. It's a long time.
Why do you think we're getting another Ghostbusters movie even though it's a different cast? Fucking Ghostbusters sell a lot of fucking action figures, collectibles, and t-shirts. So, why not market it? Why not market it? I think that's the reason why why Warner Brothers only did Batman and Superman movies for a long time. Because, yeah, sure, I like the Creeper and the Question, but people don't know who the fuck the Creeper and the Question are, and they're not going to sell T-shirts. You know who sells T-shirts? Batman and Superman.
Batman and Superman.
Yeah.
It does make excellent sense.
Yeah. You see what I'm talking about in that kind of logic?
Dollar dollar.
Yeah. I would love to see a Blue Beetle Question movie. because they met in the Charleston comics by Steve Ditko first, and then were later bought up and integrated into the DC universe. That'd be cool to see them on their little sidekick adventures together. But no, that's not going to get made because people don't know who the fuck. Well, with that being said, they made a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and even I've heard of them, but even I'm not that familiar with the Guardians of the Galaxy. And I actually really like that movie. CDC, take some fucking chances.
Draw a line through it.
Oh, well, like I said, too, with Jessica Jones, Jessica Jones is my favorite MCU thing ever, and I know who Jessica Jones was because I read Alias, but you didn't know who the fuck she was before the Netflix thing was, right?
That is true. I did not know who she was.
Yeah, and I'm sure every other person that's probably watched that thing probably feels the same way. Like, Moon Knight's popular, but Moon Knight's not popular enough to keep his book going. So it gets canceled, brought back. Canceled, brought back.
It's going to end up like Breaking Bad or Workaholics, where they stop in the middle of the season, then they make you wait a week. That's what it sounds like.
Well, no, it's worse for Moon Knight. Like, there was like a 2 or 3 year stretch where Moon Knight was just, he would show up in a random issue or something. Or no, actually, the Punisher had it pretty bad too. Like, after the comic book bubble bursted in the late 90s, like 98, 99, Punisher kind of just, he only just showed up and stuff for the longest time. Because he was super popular in the 90s. People got overexposed and sick of him. So they had to kind of, like you said, put him on the back burner because people were getting sick of his ass.
So, yeah, I'm still here. Bye.
Pretty much.
Bye.
He would show up and stuff just so people would be like, because there's hardcore nerds like me, like, I like the Punisher. Where's the Punisher? Why aren't you using the Punisher? Okay, here, he's going to fight Spider-Man in this issue. Go buy that and shut the fuck up.
You get him mad.
Here, he's going to fight Daredevil in this one. Alright, here's a miniseries where he fights Bullseye. Shut up. And then in the 2000 something,
Let us do us already.
yeah. Well, they did let them do them because, like I said, the Punisher kind of became irrelevant there for a little while. And Garth Ennis, here we go again, Matt Garth Ennis fanboy. Punisher's like the only superhero character that Garth Ennis actually likes. So Marvel wasn't doing nothing with him for a while. Garth Ennis was like, "Hey, why don't I do a Punisher story that doesn't take place in the Marvel universe? It's just Frank Castle doing Frank Castle, and we'll call it Punisher Max. You know, that way it's different. It has Max in there, so we can make it like an R-rated title."
Fuck.
And Marvel at that point was like, "Well, Garth Ennis is well known. He's liked. Punisher ain't doing nothing anyways. Fuck, why not try it?" And then he wrote the greatest Punisher stories ever told. That's where the Russian came from, Phil. But that's what I'm saying. Like, DC seems afraid to be taking chances. You know, even with Batman v Superman, okay, it's Batman v Superman. People seem to be into the dark, gritty stuff. Let's make Batman murder people and Superman murder people and be the most depressing a-hole ever. You know?
Well, it's like, what? You think Batman can't be a killer?
Well, when he first came out, like back in the 30s, he was off in dudes left and right. He was kind of like the Arrow in episode 1 of season 1 of the Arrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, holy crap.
Breaking necks.
Yeah, like he chased that one dude down. I can't let you live. I was like, holy fuck, Oliver. Yeah, the first 2 or 3 seasons there, Arrow was pretty killy.
Well, apparently, they thought that Batman had to become a killer apparently to take on Superman of some sort.
Well, from the way they made it look in that movie, except for like the occasional person he would brand with an iron, he was off in dudes left and right.
City landed on an entire car.
Oh yeah, and then the Batmobile pooped it out. Like I'm like those guys are dead.
You know,
Like, I don't care how much strategist you are, you can't strategize that.
mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm saying. Like they were afraid to take chances. Why should Superman be a bright symbol of hope when he could be dark and depressing like everything else that's coming out? Why should Batman, who acts all dark, depressing, and stuff, but still holds a high respect and value for human life? No, what? No, fuck that. You can just kill people. So why have a moral code when you can just off it?
Fantastic way to look at it.
Well, even the Punisher has a moral code. You know, don't be a criminal. You won't have to worry about the Punisher. Did that motherfucker just jaywalk? Going back to last week, the Punisher would lose his shit during the purge. Well, actually, the Punisher wouldn't buy that shit.
Oh, that's good. Someone stopping somebody for jaywalking. That's good. That sounds like ha.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why do people respect the purge so much? Because like, even if you fuck up just a little bit, like, you went to the restaurant and your bill was $20, and you thought you gave the guy 2 10, but you gave him 10 and a 5. And for whatever reason, the waiter didn't say nothing. He just called the cops. I'm like, this guy's trying to steal $5 off his bill or something. And the cops just show up on blink. You were stealing. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like you break the law even in the littlest way, you get off on sight. Like your kid, you know, your little 2-year-old or whatever doesn't know any better and puts a candy in his pocket and gets caught when he's walking out of the store or whatever. Do the police come up and just shoot your 2-year-old in the face? Well, man, it's not the purge. He can't be breaking the law.
Weren't they not responding during it though?
Well, they're not responding during the purge. I'm saying like the purge is like 2 weeks from now, and a kid, like I said, a 2-year-old that doesn't know any better, just takes a piece of candy and walks out the store with it. You know, do the cops just show up and shoot him in the face? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, he broke the law. It's the law. You don't break the law. He's only 2. It's the law. Like, there's a guy who's hunting deer when it's not rifle season with a rifle. You know, does his ass get shot on sight too? You know,
That's great.
you know.
He didn't have his tags.
Yeah, didn't have tags.
Nope, no tags.
Oh, where's your tag? Yeah, he's got like the.
That's what I was thinking. He ain't got no tags.
Yeah, he's got 3 dead deer in the back of the truck. He gets pulled over. Sir, where's your tags? Oh shit! They must have fell off when I was driving in the truck. Sorry, sir, you don't have your tags.
Poppity pop 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 pop.
Yeah, like they're even worse than Judge Dredd. Like Judge Dredd, 9 out of 10 times he will just execute you on sight, but sometimes he will just send you to jail. But in the Purge universe, no.
Lucky if he doesn't kill you.
Yeah, like I said, 9 out of 10 times he'll just kill you. But he has sentenced some people to jail sentences. But not in the Purge universe, Phil. What's the sentence for not paying your taxes on time? Death. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yes.
That's why when the Purge bell rings, that's why everyone, even when they got a gun right to the guy's head, decides not to kill him because the Purge bell went off, man. It's too late now. You gotta wait till next year.
I was expecting them to drop the gun and accidentally backfire and hit someone.
Yeah, and if that happens, do you get killed? Do you get killed then? And that's the other thing too, Phil. In the Purge universe, it's obviously not illegal to buy guns. So what's to stop someone who's like, that motherfucker's dog shat in my yard again? I guess in that case, you just got to call the cops and have the cops do it. Okay, I wanted to end the show with some bad news. Usually, when there's a death, we used to talk about it at the beginning of the show, and I thought that kind of brings us down to a little bit of a dour mood and kind of kills our fun. And that's why we do this show. We enjoy just talking, having fun, talking shit. We hope you enjoy listening. But
Absolutely.
we want to pay our respects to Darwin Cook, comic book creator, writer, and artist. Probably best well known for his work on DC: The New Frontier, which also got an animated movie, which was actually pretty good, I thought. Books better, of course. He did a stellar run on Catwoman. Really talented artist and writer, in my opinion. Like I said, Phil, he got it. In Batman in the New Frontier book, he shows the difference between Batman and Superman. How Superman's always upbeat and cheerful, and Batman's kind of kind of a sourpuss, more of the depressed looking guy. But Batman or Superman's such a cheery, happy person that even he's starting to rub off on Batman. He starts to become more of a happier person and less I'm the Batman grumble voice. You know?
So he's starting to act like a person again.
Yeah, he's starting to act more like a real person. That. Yeah, but unfortunately, Darwin Cook passed away on May 14th, 2016, at the unfortunately young age of 54 from lung cancer. Uh, so just figure we're taking a moment of silence here for him and his loved ones. Um, like I said, Phil, you're not the big comic book reader that I am, so I know the name doesn't ring a bell to you. But it's been years since we've seen it. You saw the Justice League New Frontier animated movie. Not 100% faithful adaptation of it, but you still thought that was an enjoyable movie, though, at least, right?
I do enjoy all of their animated ones. I always have. I've never not wanted to see one.
It's just their live action stuff. Well, not even their live action stuff, because I still like Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow. Those are all good. The DC movie universe, Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, I don't like. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to pay our respects to a good creator and artist. Um, yeah, like I said, I don't really know what to say. It's just the guy had a really. He seemed to have a great passion for the characters, and he had this very cartoony, like 50 era, 40-ish era. Everyone's got big chins. Everyone's big, buff, and burly. The girls, even though they might look like they're big and burly, are still shapely and feminine. Like in the animated version, you only see it for like a second, but in the comic book, like Wonder Woman's like way bigger. They kind of make Wonder Woman look like she's like twice the size, both muscular and height wise to Superman. Like Superman's kind of like, I don't want to fuck with this, she was a literal Amazon. She was a mountain of a woman.
I have seen that before.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. But yeah, even with Catwoman, like um, it worked for her because he kind of played it like a noir crime thriller kind of thing, about Catwoman stealing jewels.
To Darwin Cook.
he shall be missed. And our condolences to his loved ones and family. And with our goodbyes being said, that brings us to the end of We Are Podcast, the only podcast on the internet where we talk about what we want to talk about. This was episode 55. My name is Matt.
And my name's AirF1 for you too, known as Phil.
And as always, thank you anyone and everyone for listening. You can follow us on SoundCloud, like, share, favorite, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Leave a question, comment, or email at podcast@gmail.com. All lowercase. You can also follow me, Matt, on Twitter at Matt of Pod. All lowercase. Thank you and good night.
Yeah, this is We Are Podcast, the only show where we talk about what we want to talk about. We Are Podcast, let the ice house flow. We Are Podcast, it's an internet talkie show. We Are Podcast, you know the mouse knows. We Are Podcast, so look up an episode and that's the show.